Welcome back everyone to another episode of Stefan's Kitchen. As a reminder, I'd like to tell everybody that I am shortening the videos so they're a little bit more compressed and easier to follow, and in that way it's not as much to watch because you guys are going to be given a grocery list in the description anyways. So, let's cook Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak is a very easy and very filling meal. It just consists of a few basic items, and what we're going to do first is we're going to mix up the ground beef along with 1 egg, some breadcrumbs, and the salt and pepper that we have there for seasoning. And you just want to make sure that it's well mixed in with each other, and you can also add in other things if you like onions or any herbs or spices you might want. But eventually you're just going to form them into patties. And once you get them formed into patties, the next thing you're going to want to do is make up a small almost like sauce using the beef stock, along with 1 pack of onion soup mix, and you can also throw in some pepper as well, again to add a little bit extra seasoning. Now that all the prep work's been done, the next thing you're going to want to do is probably heat up a pan with some oil in it, and on a medium heat. And once it starts to heat up and the oil is hot, you can start adding the patties to the pan. Now you're not going to want to cook these for too long, about 10 minutes or so on each side, more or less. And once they actually get brown, they'll come clear of the pan on their own. They shouldn't stick to the bottom, and if they do, then they're not cooked. So once you get them flipped over once, this is about the time when you're just going to want to let them cook again on the other side. And next you're going to add in the onions, so that way we're adding in a little bit of extra flavor to that. I enjoy adding the onions to the pan rather than inside of the Salisbury steak, because that way it can mix in with the gravy and provide extra flavor. Now, of course, you don't want to let anything burn to the pan, so make sure you don't let the onions stick on or anything. And what I'd like to also add is some Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, next, once the onions start to soften up, that's when you can start adding in the mixture that we made earlier with the beef stock, onion soup mix, and pepper, and add it directly to the pan. At this point, you want to have your oven preheated to about 375. And that way it can start heating up before you're going to be adding the pan into the oven. So next we're adding the mushrooms directly to the pan. I like to use fresh ones because obviously they add a lot more flavor than the canned ones. Once the mushrooms are added, place the pan in the oven for about half an hour, and then you can take it out. Remove the Salisbury steaks and put them on a plate, and then return the sauce, the mushrooms, and onions mixture directly back to the heat in the pan. And right here, what we're doing is we're just making some simple mashed potatoes to go with the Salisbury steak. It's usually the traditional thing to have with Salisbury steak in most occasions, although anything else can go with that, like French fries or anything else that you prefer to have with it, for that matter. I mean, if you'd rather have rice or something, that's fine as well. But for this situation, we decided to go with mashed potato because it's just easy and delicious. So as you can see here, we have our pan boiling away, slowly reducing. And once it's reduced by about half after it's come out of the oven, that's when you're going to start thickening it. And again, you're going to want to make sure you stir this. You don't want nothing to be sticking on. You don't want nothing to burn. You don't want to ruin the taste of any of your flavors that you have in there. So always make sure that you're giving that a good stir. And as I said earlier, the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to add the thickening, which is a basic thickening made out of cornstarch and warm water. And we add that directly in. The nice thing about that is that it does not clump together like flour and water can. And I don't usually use that for all my gravies just because it's not the same as the flour and water gravy that most Newfoundlanders are used to. Anyways, here's our finished product. We have the nice, green peas here and our mashed potatoes. And of course, the main event itself, the Salisbury steak. Looking perfect. And these are perfectly cooked on the inside as well. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. By all means, leave me some comments about it. And I always take suggestions, so if you have any, please feel free to leave some in the comments. I always appreciate that as well. So, thank you everyone for watching. Happy cooking, and I'll see you guys soon in a new episode. Thank you everyone, and take care.